It's very windy out here, so I'm making sure my microphone is hopefully working properly. If my microphone, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up or just say yes, it's working. I would appreciate it. Hey, Fire, can you hear me okay? Is my microphone working? I'm a little early. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not having any technical difficulties. Very windy here. Hey, Chicken. Uncle Bob. Okay, you can hear me. Good. This is just a quick one today. The weather's been spotty. We had severe thunderstorms yesterday. We got 4 inches of rain. So who knows what's going to happen tomorrow or Tuesday when I do my normal garden live. I did want to show you real quick because I do want to start planting my asparagus hopefully next week. Behind me, excuse me, you can see my asparagus patch. So hopefully you guys will be able to hear me. I won't be able to interact with the comments. So I'm just hoping that my moderators here that have a blue shield, if somebody jumps on a troll or something and starts cursing or saying stuff that isn't good, please go ahead and just remove them for me. I would really appreciate that. So let's get this started. I'm just going to start with the asparagus patch. And what you'll see is, if you remember, I have my asparagus patch here. This is my first part. It's about 3 by 8. And then the rest of this is going to be asparagus also. So I can harvest these and eat these this year. These I will plant 2-year crowns, probably, hopefully 12, maybe 14, however many I can get in here. Then these will just go to fern and then absorb all the energy from the sun, build a good root system, and then they'll get harvested next year. So what I did was, you saw in the fall, I covered the ground with these tarps, and that just makes it easier. So in the spring, I won't have to worry about so many weeds in here or crabgrass or anything getting in here. I hope you stick around for a few minutes, because anytime you get a 60-year-old redneck Oklahoman working outside, there's a possibility something funny could happen. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to remove these pallets. Got to have a pallet guy. If you don't have a pallet guy in your life, you need to get one. What I'm going to do is, with these pallets, these are going to become, I'm going to stand them up like so, and then I'll attach them together in a box. And then these are going to be for my grass clippings, leaves, pruned branches, hay, straw, whatever. All through the year, I'll just keep filling this, and then that'll become mulch and compost in the fall, if that makes sense. So you can see the weight is off. I'm in Oklahoma. Snakes. Okay? I work them this way. I go this way with them. I don't stand here and work this way. I work this way. If there's any snakes, they're going to run away from me, hopefully. So far, so good. But nothing there. So, as you can tell, nice clear ground, no weeds. So now, when I come in here with my fencing, because I want to show you this, it rains so much. See how I'm sticking that in the ground so easy? I go down 6-8 inches easy. It rained so much. So I'm just going to be building, I'll put this fence up right about here. And then this will be the asparagus patch. And then this 4-foot wire fencing will be attached to this. And then this will all be pole beans on this side. And all that does is, as my asparagus grow, they can get up to 6 feet tall, the ferns. And they bully all the other plants, basically. They'll tip over. Last year I had peppers over here. I did a video, I had to tie them off with some twine to keep the ferns going this way, because some of the ferns got taller than me, and I am 6'3". That's how big they get. So, continuing on, there's a cricket. I just stepped in water. Gonna have wet feet, that's okay. Throw my extra stakes I used for weighting this down, because I ran out of pallets. Had to make a pallet run to my pallet guy. Like I said, everybody needs a pallet guy. Okay, let me tip this one back here. Okay, so tarp number 2. Pull it away from you like this, pull towards me, I should say. And what's nice is you're seeing nice, weed-free soil. So this is great. Now what I'll do is I'll come in with my cultivator. I'll cultivate this up. I'll dig my furrows, plant the asparagus crowns with some compost. And then I don't have to touch this area all year except for weeding and watering. Yeah, we kind of got an impromptu thunderstorm yesterday. Like I said, somebody measured it with their little device, and they said we got 4 inches yesterday, which I believe because I had flooding over here. Pull this away, check for snakes. Okay, see, look at that. Look at all the ants in there. So I'm going to avoid this area. Ants love getting under stuff like that. You don't want to mess with them, believe me. I already got, my arm's been itching. I already got bit there once by one already just doing this. But I have thousands of ants right here. So, as you can see, that is now 3 or 4 foot by 30. So that's going to give me about 120 square foot of asparagus. And then, you know, they won't, this will be the fence basically. These are just for, so you guys can get an idea as to what I'm working with here. So that'll be the asparagus patch here. I'm not going to put a gate here, don't need one. There will be a gate here and an empty space here, so I can go either way to weed the asparagus patch. So let me see. Get you over here. So what I'm talking about is, I'll take, you can probably hear the wind, I'm assuming. I'm going to take these pallets like this, just like that. They'll all be the same size pallets so they match up, and like that, boom. And then I'll put one here, and then this will be a big box for all of my clippings, everything for my compost / mulch for this year. Hopefully by the end of the year that will be full. So let me see. This is what I wanted to show you guys next. Pardon me, because I can't really see the screen. It is very sunny here. It's going to be 75. Okay. So if you remember, I did talk about this. This will be weed trimmed. I weed trim around this inside and out. My plants will be about 12 to 18 inches inside. And then I've been separating pallets, pallet wood. I use these for building frames, furniture, fences for the garden. What I'm doing is, this is chicken wire. Chicken wire can be very sharp. When you come in here and weed trim, what happens is a lot of times your wire from the weed trimmer catches and it tears it up, and you run through wire or the string really quick on those trimmers. So what I'm doing is, I already started over there. I'm taking all my spare boards. This is all just junk wood, free wood, going inside and out like that. Then I just take a wood screw, boom, boom, screw them together, sandwich them together all the way around the garden, okay? So it's gonna look something like that. It's not perfect. It's old, weathered wood, but what that does is it clamps it on both sides. I can go inside and out, weed trim, and all I'm hitting is wood. It doesn't break the string, the twine for the trimmer, inside or out. So I don't have to worry about replacing string so much or having it get caught in the fence, which it does occasionally. That'll be all the way around. So I can weed trim this garden in probably 10 minutes now after I do this, because it's just a matter of walking the outside perimeter, walking the inside perimeter. Very easy. And I meant to bring this over. Hold on 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Pause for a station break. Pause for station identification. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? I think I put it back in the shed or the shop. Did I? Good grief. See what I mean? Talking about a 60-year-old Oklahoma redneck. Probably can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. That's okay. But I want to show you this. My wife got this a couple months ago. It's a pallet buster, they call it. Check this out. See if you can see this. Like I said, I can't really see because it's... And then all you do, you can see the fork. All I do is lay the pallet down. You just put it down where the board's coming across. You just pry back easily. This thing probably weighs 20 pounds. It's solid steel. And it just pries the nails right out of the wood. And it doesn't really crack the wood much. So that's where I got all these. In about 10 minutes this morning, I retrieved all of these boards. So let's take you over here real quick. And then I'll be pretty much finished. We can talk for a few minutes if you'd like. Not that I have anything interesting to say. But tomorrow, let's see, can you see that? There's my potato tower. Okay, so probably tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm going to plant 8 russet potatoes. In the meantime, next to my no-till back to Eden section here, I am going to create another small tower right here. That's going to be for probably Yukon Golds. So always, always, always when you're doing potatoes, remember, this will be full. By the end of the year, I'll have this hilled all the way up to here with dirt and leaves and everything, because russets are indeterminate. Russets are going to grow up and out. The tubers, everything shoots up and out. That's why farmers hill their potatoes. Yukon Gold is a variety of determinate potatoes. That's the difference. Determinate grow in a shallow dirt, and they spread out. So what I'll do here is I'll have my 4, fill it with dirt to about here, 4 more russets, and then they're going to grow up and out. So this will all be full, this 18 inches of dirt. It'll be mounded up here, and they'll grow right up out of here. This one here will be a shorter tower because they just grow out and around. And then I'll put a second layer out and around. Indeterminate, russets, determinate, Yukon Gold. And I'll go over that more when I do that on Monday or Tuesday when I do that. The other thing I wanted to show you guys was, I've been showing you guys this, my planter boxes I made from the spare fence over there. I came in and they were mounted like this one over here, remember? So there's a good shot of that one. Here's a good shot of this one. So this is the mound here. I hope you guys can see. Can you see that mound? Let me turn this down a little bit, I guess. Well, I'll tell you what, the sun is something out here. Can you see that mound? I guess you can. Yeah, so let me get rid of my spade fork. And what you can see is this is all the sod from my subscriber garden. And what you had was, this is the root system, okay? And all of the grass and the hay and everything from the native soil here. But as you'll see, you see that? As you pull up sod, I don't care what region you live in, don't throw your sod away. I have a pile over there, I'll put a pile over here soon. What happens is the root system, when you pull it up, will die, right? There's the wad of dirt. Look at that dirt. That's all topsoil. What happens is the rain erodes the soil from the roots. And that's been sitting there for probably 3-4 months. We had that ice storm, but you can just see my hand is breaking it up. See how easy that is? I got this $1 in the bargain bin at Dollar General. And all I do is I work it around with this, okay? If it's a bigger pile, I'll use my spade fork here. But you can see, you give it a shake, a little shimmy shake. This is what I call the Oklahoma shimmy shake. See that? You can't do that shimmy shake anywhere else in the country. It's got to be Oklahoma. But look at that. All the dirt is free. Look at that. Beautiful topsoil. I know people that will go in, if they do a driveway, they'll bring these excavators in and they will cut the dirt. They'll just dig all the dirt up and they'll take it away and dump it somewhere. Somebody will look for free fill for a hole or a low spot in their yard. This is prime topsoil. So over there and over here behind me, I have compost bins, 2 of them. Look at that. They're 30 gallons a piece. They're old planters for trees. They were here on the property when I bought this place 5 years ago. And all I keep doing is I just drag out a chunk of sod, and you'll see, watch this, it just breaks right off. That's from all the rain, the snow, and it just falls apart. Look how easy that does come out. You just shake it, discard the root system, that'll go over in the hayfield. And before you know it, I only have the little ones to do there and that other big one over there. I'll just push this back down. I left it hilled up because I wanted the rain to erode all of the root system while it's in a pile like this, and then I can just take it, toss it. And you can see how nice and rich and dark this topsoil is. Now, when I add compost to this and leaves in the fall and all my grass clippings next year, this will be complete fire, literally. This will be beautiful soil. It'll do okay this year, but the year after, I really get after it with the compost is when you're going to see a big difference. Now, people will say, well, Okie, you're old-fashioned, you have a face for radio, your dad was right. He also said you're not that bright. I'm just kidding. My dad never told me I wasn't that bright. He did tell me once I had a face for radio, which I always thought was hilarious. I remember that to this day. My dad was a funny guy. He really was. He was great to work with. Hey, there's a little cricket. Hey, Mr. Cricket. Go in this pile over there. We've had so much warm weather. We had I had a couple butterflies over there, which concerns me because you don't want a hard freeze now and lose your butterfly population in the area. But anyways, they're saying you're old-fashioned. Just go out and get some good old-fashioned. Oh, there's a grub. Birds are going to thank me later. Maybe I am old-fashioned. I'm old. I know that. I do have a face for radio. I also know that, and that's okay. I've lived with this face for 60 years. I'm pretty much used to it. It only startles me in the mirror in the morning when I'm really not awake. It kind of scares me. I think I have a stranger in the house, but then I realize it's me in this mug, and you learn to live with it. Anyways, old-fashioned. I've had people tell me, go get some, just go get some fertilizer. What are you wasting your time? Blah, blah, blah. Fine, if people use fertilizer. Not right or wrong, but I'm organic. My garden's organic. I don't want commercial fertilizers. I mean, literally, I get enough commercial stuff when it rains, probably from all the stuff in the clouds and everything, or whatever, any kind of pollution. But I try to stay as organic as possible. And so that's why I don't use commercial fertilizers. Call me wrong, call me old, tell me I have a face for radio. It's okay, I've heard it all. You can't hurt my feelings. You can't hurt my one feeling. Okay, so you see what I'm saying here now. I've been doing this, what, maybe 5-10 minutes? Plus, I'm playing in the dirt. Anytime it's nice out and I get to play in the dirt, it's a good day. I love the smell of raw soil. It's wet. I love it. But look at this. Now, over the next couple days, if we don't get any more wet weather, this is going to shrink because it dries. It'll lower down a little bit, and that's fine because I'm going to be adding compost to this. And look at that soil. Look at how dark. I know it's wet, so it's darker when it's wet. That's okay. But look at that. I just skimmed this through now. Boom. So in here, I'm thinking is going to be, it's part of the subscriber garden, which obviously is right to my right. So this is going to be, I'm not sure what this is going to be yet. This is probably going to be peppers. I should be able to do maybe 3, 6 jalapeno plants, I think, or pimentos. And I have another one this size over there. I have my pumpkins over there. I have another one of these there and 2 small ones there. The small ones are going to be flowers, some marigolds, I hope. I do have a couple other flower hibiscus. I have a couple other varieties I will be trying because I want to focus here on drawing in butterflies and bees because I'm going to have a lot to pollinate. And I don't really want to do a bunch of manual pollination if I can get away with it. But there we go. Let's hop over here real quick. Getting ready to do potatoes there. Let me see if I'm still on or if I kicked off here already. Nope, I'm still on. Woo! Okay, hold on 2 seconds, everybody. I still have battery power. Let me take those off so I can see the screen. Okay, hey Shelly. Okay, now I can answer questions. Hopefully, I apologize when I'm working like that. I can't see the screen with the sunglasses. You can see the sun. I mean, I can even point it out to you. Look at that. I mean, it is super bright. It's going to be 75 here. Oh my goodness. But right now it is about 55 and windy. I don't know if you can hear the wind or not. Hopefully everybody can still hear me. Is my microphone still on? Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I didn't see the potato question. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all having a good Sunday. I'm going to be out here. I've been out here for quite some time already today. I got a few more things to do out here. Then I'll probably go inside, do some editing. I got a couple of videos I got to edit. And I do have a surprise this week. Um, there will be a surprise video. And I can't wait because it shocked me when it happened. So hopefully it will shock you. You see that dirt coming off? I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. It is a beautiful day here. I don't know if you guys can hear the birds. Birds have been doing really a lot of singing this morning. Over there to the right of me. We finally got some rain yesterday. Yeah, we got over 4 inches. I mean, we've got a thunder. It rained Friday night, started about 10 o'clock, 10 p.m., went to 2 p.m. the next day. Yep, Shelly, playing in the dirt is the best. So Monday or Tuesday, if the weather permitting and I'm out here, we're going to go over more of the subscriber garden. I'm hoping if I have my crowns, I may or may not. I would like to plant my asparagus crowns, maybe. If not, I'm going to be planting some russets in the potato tower. I'm taking a chance. I have potatoes that are sprouted. My son gave them to me. I got about 8 russets I can put in there. The next 10 days, it shows it's going to be 60 to 70 with the lowest temperature one night is 40. So if that is the case, even if I get a close to freezing day between now and when we get to full on spring, I can come out. I got old blankets I'll toss over the top, and I'll throw because potatoes are very hardy. You can get them through the cold weather if you nurse them along. So even if I get a couple cold days, I can keep them covered and they'll be fine. But I always take a chance because I'm like, if I can get some potatoes, if you think about it, I can get potatoes in, if I can get some potatoes in, the sun's really getting me. If I can get some potatoes, say, in, let's see, if I plant them in February, March, April, May, I can get some potatoes in mid-May. That's way early. I can have fresh potatoes. I'm cool with that. Oh, so asparagus, potatoes getting planted hopefully before March. Asparagus, I'm not worried about. You plant them underground. They take about a month or so to finally break out and come out of the ground. So they're underground for a month. By then, I'll be in late March, early April when I get there. I did that last year or the year before when I planted the other asparagus. They made it through a couple cold snaps. And they're perennials anyways, so they're used to cold weather. They survive in colder climates than this over the winter. So, yeah, grandparents and great grandparents. I never knew my great grandparents. I knew my grandparents on my mother's side. I didn't know my grandparents. My dad both passed away when I was growing up. They passed away before I was born, I believe. But my grandparents had a vegetable stand. They grew a lot of vegetables. They had a pine tree section, like an acre or two of pine trees they sold for Christmas trees. They were very resourceful people. They said they knew how to survive. They knew how to survive. Yeah, that's exactly it. I experiment all the time. That's why I'll start earlier. Like last year, I planted some stuff in the first week of February because we had 70-degree weather, and some of it made it through and some didn't. But I figure 8 potatoes, if you get a 10-pound bag for $2.50 here in Oklahoma, 8 potatoes is maybe what, 3 pounds, 2 pounds. So what is it? $1.50, maybe $1. If I lose the potatoes, I lost $1, right? Red onion sprout. Yep. I'm gonna do onions this year. I forgot about onions. Over behind me here, if you look right behind me by my trellises and my apple trees, that's gonna be a small area, maybe 15 by 30. Well, I say small, but that's gonna be for my root vegetables. So I'll plant some onions in there, but mainly it's gonna be radishes, beets, carrots, turnips is what's gonna be right there behind me. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm a man, but I'm not the man. You did not miss any dad jokes today. I didn't do a dad joke today. I'll try to see if I can think of one here. I used a couple the other night. I went outside to catch some fog this morning, and I missed. Uh, one of the old ones is I asked my dad to explain a solar eclipse to me, and he said, "No, son." What did the dad buffalo say to his child when it went off to school? Bison, bison. That's going to have to do. I don't have any more. My mind's not functioning very well right now. So, but I want to thank everybody for being here. I wanted to do a quick impromptu live because I wanted to show the asparagus patch. That's going to be the first thing planted. And I want to get my tiller running this week. I got to start that up, and I can till that whole area, get it ready for planting. And then we're going to do a live stream planting the asparagus crowns, how I do it. Everybody probably does it a little bit different, and that's fine. I've always gone by what it says on the package directions and what I've done in the past, and it's always worked for me. We're going to do a series on lazy man gardening, which is asparagus. I was looking at some red raspberry bushes yesterday. My apple trees behind me is lazy man gardening. It's not that you're lazy, it's basically an easy way to garden. Perennial plants that produce every year, and all you have to do is weed and water, weed and water. That's all you got to do. You're not replanting every year, you're not retilling the ground every year. The asparagus, they've been known to live between 15 and 25 years, depending on how good the soil is, your climate, and how strong the plants are. So if you can get 15 or 20 years out of them, they'll probably outlive me. My apple trees, again, I don't have to keep planting my asparagus. I'll start to harvest them this year. So every spring, I can just weed them a little bit, put some mulch down, and then harvest them, eat them as I want each week. Apple trees in the fall, I can pick. I can can applesauce. I can eat just a plain apple. We can make apple pie. I'm going to dehydrate a bunch of apple. I'm going to freeze dry some apple. Raspberries, you plant enough raspberries every fall. You can do your raspberry jam. You can do raspberry compote. You can mix them with, it would go well with a cranberry sauce that I make that would go over well during Thanksgiving and harvest dinners and stuff at churches or whatever. Those are lazy man gardening techniques, they call it, because you're not doing anything. You're just basically harvesting the food. Where potatoes, you got to dig every year, plant every year, harvest every year, weed every year, water every year, versus water it, weed it, pick it at the end of the year. So by 2027, what I intend to have for Okies Eden and all of my content. Amy, I've not grown sweet potatoes yet. I'm going to. I'm not doing them this year. I'm going to do them next year, I hope. I know people that do them. I've been watching their videos, so hopefully next year. But by 2027, you've seen the different forms of gardening I'm doing. I'm trying to get it so people can come to this channel whenever they want. You want to do sweet taters? Yeah, space allows. Yeah, they're real easy to grow from what I understand. Next year, by 2027, my intentions are, because the garden's going to stay this size, I'm not going to keep expanding it. I'm done with that. We're going to have my lazy man garden, which is asparagus, apples, raspberries. That's garden type 1, lazy man's gardening. I'm starting up my no-till back to Eden garden. Okay, that's where you don't till the soil. It just uses like nature, and just like nature does. You throw leaves down, you cover it, you water it. A couple of months later, you throw some grass clippings on, you cover it. After a year, you'll have a nice bed of soil with no weeds in there. You can throw wildflowers in there. You can grow some stuff that it's not a root vegetable. Just you can grow some herbs and stuff. That's garden type number 2. So you have the lazy man's garden. You have the back to Eden no-till garden. Third is the typical old-fashioned dirt farmer, where I do my potato furrows, my green beans, my pole beans. I'll continue to do that. I'll continue to do my turnips and carrots and everything as the old farmers did, in the dirt, on your hands and knees, crawling around. That's garden type 3. Garden type 4 is my potato towers, where I start growing potatoes more in towers than in the ground. Once I get that down, where I'm pretty much getting a really good yield, If I can get 10 to 20 pounds out of a tower, I could do 10 or 15 towers to meet my yield. And then this whole garden behind me, I could do a small cash crop for my community so they don't have to go back and forth to the store 30 miles. They can come here and buy inexpensive organic vegetables from me. I'll just ask the community on our Facebook Marketplace, what would they want? What do they consume the most that would help them the most financially in these times? That's what I would like to switch that to. So potato tower, garden number 4. Garden style number 5, vertical growing. You can see all of my different trellises around here. That is going to be for squash. That's going to be for pumpkins. I got my A-frames behind me. You can see them right there. My A-frame trellises. Vertical gardening, where you're not taking up real estate in your garden. You're growing vertically. So the only garden you're using is a 1 square foot section where you're planting your seeds by the trellis. And then let's see, then I have my raised bed gardens. That's what garden, I forgot what number I'm on. It's either 5 or 6. Hey, I'm in Oklahoma. We're the 50th in education this year in the nation. So I lost track of where I was 5 or 6. But it's okay because I'm in a state where I'm 50th. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking around. Anyways, so I have my raised beds over there, 5 or 6. Then the last one I'm going to do is this year. I'm starting it this year. Eventually, well, I have my subscriber garden, but that's a mix of the other garden types. I have trellises. I'm gonna have pole beans. I'm gonna have the stuff that subscribers sent me. And I'm gonna have sunflowers up against the fence over there. The last, probably but not least, form of gardening is going to be my literal raised, the high beds where they're 3 foot in the air. That's what I want to transform over by my subscriber garden. I want that whole area to be 3 foot high gardens that are in boxes that I'll make on a video here this year in the summer. I would like to have 10 or 12 of those boxes in this area. All around that area is going to be weed paper and either some kind of like a brownstone, like a Southwest brownstone, like a limestone chopped up or something, or it'll be just mulch. And then I can come out the gate any morning and I'm standing up. I'm not crawling around. You know, when you're starting to get up in age, I mean, I'm only about 60. I'm almost 60, so I'm not old. I know that. But 5 years from now, 2 years from now, I don't know if I could have a health issue or something where I don't want to get on the ground anymore, but I want to continue to garden. So I want to get a big section made up where I have maybe, 200, 300 square foot of raised beds where it's 3 foot in the air, where even if I'm limping around, I can still walk out. I don't have to worry about weeding so much because, you're not going to have the weed problem you have in those raised beds. You can keep better control of it. And I'll be standing up. I'm not going to be leaning over, bothering my back or my knees or whatever. If you're on the ground picking green beans, I can harvest standing up. So that's going to be a big plus. So those are the types of gardens you're going to see by 2027. I should have 6 or 7 types of gardening. And I want this to be a place where when people come to see my lives and me working in the garden, they can see multiple varieties of gardening techniques that I use. And if they have any questions or what I do or what I'm doing in this climate in the, what is it, 7A or 8, I don't know if it's 7B, 8A, I don't know. They can come here and they can watch and they can ask questions and, they can teach me things too. A lot of people have taught me some stuff. Then, of course, once I hit June, July, as I start to harvest all of my food, hopefully we'll be canning the potatoes and storing the potatoes and canning green beans. This whole garden behind me, and by then the subscriber garden should be harvested. And then over there behind my house, I have that huge section there. I'm going to try to grow mass amounts of pumpkins. And then I should be able to draw people in from all around the area because I'll sell pumpkins for $1 or $2 where they're selling them for $13 at the big box stores. And I plan on having Connecticut field pumpkins, which are the big orange ones I started with last year. I'll have some sugar pie pumpkins if people want to make pumpkin pies. You can do it with Connecticut field also. Sugar pies are sweeter. I have my blue blue pumpkins to plant. And then Mural from Hearth and Home sent me the black night pumpkins and the white Casper pumpkins. So next year, And my wife's favorite color, everybody knows, is purple. Um, there are some purple tinted, they call it. They're not solid purple, but the rind has lines of purple in it. So I'm thinking about doing some purple pumpkins. So she has some purple pumpkins. So I could have, I'll have black, white, orange, and purple pumpkins next year. So if I can, I grew 120, I think was my total last year. First year I grew pumpkins, I did 120. If I could get to 500 pumpkins next year, and I'll just sell them for $1 a piece or something. And then that just gives me seed money, gas money for the tiller, for the mower, the weed trimmer. It helps buy fencing and stuff for the garden. I'm not looking to make $1 million. I just want to be able to continue to fund the garden. And if people want to come here and pay $1 for an organic pumpkin from our area, that's a mile up the road from them, instead of going to a big box store and making money for somebody that's in California growing them, then I would like to do that. And I give a lot away too. I do events, or I try to give them to people for charitable stuff. If they have somebody that just wants something for I gave them some to the school for the secretaries for Halloween. I gave some to businesses down in the town next door for but just to be able to display. Um, so everybody, my phone is telling me right now that I am almost out of juice. And what can I say? Have a great day. It's Sunday. Try to get outside if it's nice. If it's not, hopefully you can spend time with your family and friends. Maybe have some good food. I'm going to hopefully barbecue some chicken here shortly. And we'll see you hopefully Monday or Tuesday for the next one. Tonight, 5 p.m. is my live. If you've all seen the short now where it's me talking with an English accent, yes, that was done through the YouTube, the VO or whatever it's called. They sent me a link to say, hey, try some shorts using this. So I tried 2 shorts. One is coming up, and the one is me speaking with an English accent. So hopefully tonight you can watch that video of me cooking something, and I would appreciate that. And thank you everybody for your support. I look forward to watching some lives today. If you have a live stream that you guys do each week on a regular basis, please go to my channel, go to the community post where I list them. And I'm trying to catch that up today. I have a couple of people that have messaged me, and I keep creating this longer and longer list of people in this community that want to do a live stream each week, and I get you added to that list. So if people are looking for something to watch that day, but they don't know who's on a live stream, you can actually take that link, share it to your own page on your community post, and you have it right on your page. You don't have to visit my page at all after that. You can go in and you can see who's live that night or that day and enjoy the content. Everybody have a great Sunday. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.